Hi guys, it's Suri, so welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing my April TBR video. As with every month, I'm going to try to read 10 books this month to match up with my Goodreads goals. And now, without further ado, let's talk about these books that I'm hoping to get to in April. The first book I want to get to is The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. This is an autobiographical memoir, I don't know if that's the same thing, by the author, obviously, who recounts her somewhat unorthodox upbringing. I believe her parents chose to be homeless for some reason and made some very questionable choices in regards to the education and the upbringing of their children, and she just kind of tells her story in this book of how that affected her. I am super fascinated by other people's lives in general, and especially when they are so out there. Just looking at the synopsis, this woman has obviously had a difficult life, and that's never all that easy to read about. But at the same time, I'm fascinated and I cannot wait to pick this up. I hope to get to it in April. But because I'm also still in a pretty big, like, contemporary, lighthearted, fun book type of mood, I really want to read Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan this month. I've had this book on my shelves for I think like 2 years at this point, or 1 year. I don't even know when this came out, but I've never reached for it because it's a very specific mood that I need to be in for this type of book, and I think the time is right in April. At least I hope so, because I might also just be like at the back end again of my contemporary mood, because I've been reading so much in March as well. So I don't know, but we'll see. I'll just put it on this list because I really want to get to it. It's very long. I mean, it might just be this edition because it's obviously a mass market paperback, but this has like 530 pages, which is a lot for a contemporary. Again, it might not be like very indicative of the actual length because it's so small. I'm always just a little bit apprehensive going into contemporary or romances or anything of that kind that's very long, because is it really necessary to tell the story? I don't know, but I guess we'll see. If you have read this book, let me know. I know this is like a trilogy, or there's at least 3 books altogether, so yeah, they seem to be popular. People seem to enjoy them, so I hope I do too. The next 2 books are some carryovers from last month's TBR because I just did not get to them, and the first is The Stone Sky by n.k.jemisin. Yes, I have yet to finish the series. It's taken me a minute. I just haven't really been in the mood for this because I know I'm gonna struggle a little bit with the writing style as I did with the other 2 books in the series. And it's a little bit dense. I don't know. I just haven't felt like reading this book recently, so I'm hoping that moment is finally gonna come at some point in April. I would love to get the series over with. I always like to read series fairly close together because otherwise I forget so much. And that's always frustrating. It's like, who are these people? What happened just before this? I have no idea what this is in reference to. Like, that's very annoying. And so I'm gonna try to read this very soon. It has to happen, basically. It just has to. And my second carryover is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Considering I've been in such a big romance mood, you might think I would have wanted to pick this up, but I've just not at all felt like it. I like Jane Austen. I like her writing style a lot. So this should not be that hard. It's like her books are always very easy reads in my opinion, considering they're classics. I just really have to read it because it's also on my project TBR, and spoiler alert for my wrap-up for March, I did not read a book from that list in March, so I'm actually behind now, which is fun. Always fun. Yay. The next book I've also had on my shelves forever, but sometimes I keep books for like years and years and years, and then I look at them and I'm like, you. For no apparent reason, right now I want you. But that book is Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. This is, I believe, literary fiction, speculative fiction. I'm not sure, like magical realism. I'm not actually sure what this is about. I've only heard good things about it, but I don't even know the exact plot. It's about Lincoln's son who dies, and then he goes to the crypt and he like talks to ghosts. Am I very wrong in that? I have no idea. I wonder if you have to have like a lot of historical background knowledge to get this, because I barely know anything about Lincoln. I think he's the one who abolished slavery. That's literally as far, and he wore like these huge top hats. That's literally all I know about him. Great at US history as always. I don't know, I'm just gonna give it a go. I know it's told or like written in like a really interesting format of like quotes, I believe. I don't know how I'm gonna gel with that, but many people whose opinions I value very highly and who usually have a similar reading taste to me really enjoyed this, so I'm very hopeful. The next book I would love to finally get to is The Changeling by Victor Laval. I bought this book last year because I saw it on Possibly Literate's channel. And she really enjoyed this, so I thought, oh, why not pick it up myself? But then I didn't actually pick it up and read it. This book follows a man called Apollo Kagawa, and I always want to read it as Kagawa, like Julie Kagawa. And his father disappeared when he was a child, I believe, and now he is married and has a son, but his wife is like struggling after the birth and eventually like disappears, and he has to go off on a search to find her and his son. As far as I can tell, I have no idea what kind of book this is. Like, I literally don't know what genre, I don't know what time period this is set in. I know nothing. So I'm very excited because I like going into books knowing nothing and then being surprised. And then hopefully after that I can give you a synopsis that is a little bit more helpful. Returning a little bit to my contemporary mood, I also want to read another Liane Moriarty this month. This is Three Wishes. I have 2 more books by her on my TBR right now. This was just the shorter, so that's why I picked it, because I have a very unhealthy tendency of cramming my TBRs full with way too long books that I just will never get to. So this is a little bit shorter. I'm excited about that. This is about 3 sisters, as far as I know, whose lives are not going the way that I want. And then it's just like about their relationships and some truths are revealed when they meet. I don't know. Again, I know very little. I trust Liane Moriarty. I think she's a really good writer, and I'm excited. I'm sure there's gonna be like, my husband's cheating on me, I'm having an affair, somebody's child is, I don't even know. It's like very domestic, but I really enjoy it. So as I've said before, I think Liane Moriarty really is just like a kind of grown-up Sophie Kinsella, because the themes are kind of similar, but it's just more complex and more interesting, to be perfectly honest, in her books. And I'm excited for this. Then I also want to get to Women Talking by Miriam Toews. This is a book about a cult that actually existed in real life, where women were being raped, like drugged, I believe, and raped in the night by the men in the cult or commune, I don't know. And they were telling the women that it was like ghosts or demons or something like that doing it. And in this book, it's like an imagined conversation of these women as they discuss this entire thing. So I'm imagining that this is extremely hard to read. I'm very nervous going into this because it's gonna make me feel all sorts of horrible things, and that's not really fun. But at the same time, I think it can be very powerful, and I'm excited to get to it. I hope I enjoy it. I don't even know. Am I gonna enjoy this? I actually don't hope I enjoy it. I hope I get something out of it, and I hope it's gonna be worth my while. Second to last, I have another Project TBR pick because I'm hoping to actually stay on track this month. So again, reading 2 books from that list, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer. Now, I've said in my Project TBR video that I'm very much expecting almost to DNF this book, but I still at some point want to give it a go. So I'm very like, not sure, but I mean, let's face the facts. This book is 800 pages long. Just let that sink in. The second thing is that this is YA sci-fi, which just isn't really a subgenre that I like gel with well. Like, I like YA fantasies, sometimes I like YA mysteries, but that's kind of about it. Point number 3, it's the 4th book in a series. It's been like 3 years since I read Crest, the 3rd book. I have very little memories of those books, and one thing I do know though is that at that time I was a very different kind of reader, and I did not read this type of book as critically, or like I just did not care. I like realized it wasn't the most like, oh my god, literary merit, but I really enjoyed it. I was able to enjoy insta-love and that type of stuff, and I'm not sure I am that person anymore. Well, I know I'm not that person anymore, so this is gonna be an interesting experience. And finally, my most recent acquisition, I ordered this online on the most whimsiest of whims. I'm not sure a whimsy and whim are like meaning the same thing. Anyway, actually no, ever since I heard about it, I had this draw to it, and it was strange to me personally because I did not enjoy another book by this author, and I still wanted this one so badly. Anyway, this is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Some people have said it's very different to The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I'm crossing my fingers that that is correct, because I was not the biggest fan of that one, but the premise of this sounded so up my alley. Like, I really like watching documentaries of like old famous people, not people that are old now, but like people that were famous in like the 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever, showing their lives and whatever, like, I don't know, be it like actresses or rock stars or whatever. Like, I'm actually really into that. And this one is set in the 70s, and it's about a rock band that are very famous, I think. Actually, again, my knowledge of what this is actually about is quite limited, but I don't care. I love this cover. It's stunning, and I know it's also gonna be a quick read because it's told in like interview format, I believe, of like the band members and like people they knew. Maybe this is even like written like a documentary. That would be cool. I'm the biggest documentary fan, especially about people, so I'm actually so excited. I just need to finish my current read, and then I'm instantly gonna hop into this one. If you've already read it, let me know what you thought. As always, I say this like with every book, but it's true. I wanna know. I'm so excited about this. I don't know why, but I'm so excited. I feel like because The Seven Husbands was so hyped up by everyone, my expectations were through the roof, and with this book, I kind of know more about what I'm like expecting from it, right? Because I know what kind of books Taylor Jenkins Reid writes now, and I wasn't really aware of that before. So either way, I'm rambling. I'm excited about this. I can't stop talking about it because I'm so excited. I hope I like it. Please let me like it. That would be fantastic. I want to like it so bad. Please. But that is it for all the books that I'm planning to get to in the month of April. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below what books you are wanting to get to in April. If you have like a set TBR, or if you want to try to read books of a certain genre, leave it down below. Also, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, and I will see you very soon with another video. Until then, have a lovely week. Bye!